Hi everyone. I'm going to do a little tutorial here on the intro to Here Comes the Sun. I've already put out the tab to most of the lines and the parts that are going on. And the way the song starts is that it actually has the instruments playing the melody. And while that's being played, there's a backing part that's going to go to it. And that's going to be in two sections. There's going to be a rhythm that's being played, and then there's also going to be a finger picking pattern. So let's take a look at the rhythm first, because that's the easiest. If you're not going to be doing the finger picking or the soloing, then if you're going to be strumming the chords, this is how it goes. Very, very simple. All that it is you're going to do a brush stroke on the first beat of every measure for the chord. First chord is a G, so you're going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeats the G, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes to a C major 7, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then to a D7, 4, 2, 3, 4. And that whole pattern repeats again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first one. 2, 2, 3, 4 on the G. Now we go to the C major 7. 2, 3, 4, and the D7, okay? So let's do that at 100. Okay? Two measures of G, measure of C major 7, and a D7, okay? Sounds like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now the major 7. 2, 3, 4. D7. Back to G. That repeats on the G. Now to the C major 7 and D7. Okay, so that's the part that's going to be played if you're going to just play the chord and brush the chord through. All right, so now the second part that's going on is a finger picking part, and it's the very first finger picking pattern that we learned. It's thumb, index, middle, index. It's only on the first, second, and third string. Thumb is assigned to the third string. Index is assigned to the second, and the middle is going to play the first. And what we're going to do is play through the chords. There's the G chord. Thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index. Then to the major 7, C major 7. Same pattern. Now, here's where something gets a little interesting. To play the D7, since we're only playing 3 strings, we really don't have to make the D7. You could if you want. You could go, all right? And it might help, and I'll show you why. If you're not going to play it that way, I would suggest trying something. Again, this is just something to try out. You can play the G, just in your normal position. Play the C major 7. Now to go to the D7, we really only need the second fret on the second string. I'm going to take this middle finger here that's been playing the major 7, and I'm going to move it up to that note. That's all we need of the D7 because we're not playing the 4th string. That leaves my index finger open. And the reason that I'm doing that is because the very next chord we play is going to be the G to go back around again. And that index finger is ready to drop in. Now if you look at the pattern, what's happening, if I play this very slowly, it's thumb, index, middle, index, and the very next note is the downbeat for the G. If you were using an index finger on this, if you happen to want to go like this and just play one there, you have to play this note and then immediately jump to the G. So to make this simple, you can go on and play your regular D7 if you want, because that's going to put your fingers in the right spot. So if you want to do that, you can do it, because that's going to put this middle finger on that second string, second fret, which is going to enable you to pull your index finger down to get back to G, okay? I'm just going to go on and just move my middle finger. 2 times on the G, C major 7, D7, and and now to the G, and then back again, okay? Let's try using the metronome on that. I'm going to set the metronome down to 60. Remember, we've got our fingers assigned here. Thumb is assigned to the third, index is assigned to the second string, middle finger to the first. They do not move around, they just stay. And the pattern is just thumb, thumb, index, middle, index. It's just like a little stair. It walks up and then walks back down like that, okay? And it sounds like this. And these are quarter notes, so we'll be playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, G, and 2 and 3 and 4. Now to the C major 7. Make that move to the D7 and G, C major 7, back to G. It only goes twice, but we're going to play through it a couple times here. C major 7, D7, and back to G. Twice. C major 7, D7, and G. Okay, and that's how it's going to go on. We're actually going to stop on the D7 on the second time, okay? And if you play your full D7, you can play all 4 strings. If you happen to be just moving your finger, then you'll want to take that thumb already assigned to the third string and just play those 3 strings, okay? So now what's going to happen is you're going to have some of the folks are going to be strumming on those downbeats. Some are going to finger pick. While that's going on, the melody is going to be played. All right, and we'll give that a shot. So that's the intro section to Here Comes the Sun, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.